So you all were fighting the werewolves. You all successfully defeated them. Some of you got fucked up more than others.
20. It was an 8.
And towards the end of the session, there was a wagon that tried to move past the halted caravan with a werewolf on the side of its wagon before it veered off and kind of landed on its side just beside the river there. And the two drivers were thrown out. They seemed to be somewhat unharmed. The werewolf crushed under the wagon, but bodies of chained humanoids spilled out the back of the wagon, and the drivers, seeing this, their eyes went wide and they started to dart off into the forest. And that's where we left.
Slavery is illegal. Slavery is very illegal.
So that's just happened. You all witnessed the bodies, and the two men begin to flee into the woods. What would you all like to do? So you guys are out of combat, so you guys are free to do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm bolting after the people running away.
Oh, alright, I guess I'll follow him.
What's your speed?
My speed is 30 feet, so
30
I'm
feet.
going dash.
Dash.
How far away are they from me?
For you right now, 65 feet.
I'm sorry, what did Darian say?
Darian's gonna run after them.
Oh, okay.
I would like to, sorry, I'm checking something real quick. I am going to, need con saving throws from both of them.
Oh god. Okie dokie.
Already, just rolling a dice already.
Mm-hmm.
A 2 and an 11.
Okay. Both of those fail. I have to use a second and a third level slot because we haven't rested yet. But they are both ripped back to me as I forcefully teleport them back to us.
That's scary. And
it's called warp.
As you get there, Lyrian, you're about to grab him before it just disappears in front of you.
Where did they go?
And is sat in front of Makari right now. And they look scared shitless. You could see You could see they're both human men, one older than the other one. But yeah, they look shit scared, and again they look like they're about to bolt off once more, or at least try to.
Oh, I wouldn't leave. You two are in very big trouble. And, well, I'd hate to have to keep dragging you back here.
Roll me intimidation or persuasion.
Let's go persuasion, because I'm better at that. 26.
26? Persuasion? They nod and kind of like raise their hands almost as if to surrender, sort of thing. So they're not going to move for now. Does anyone want to investigate the bodies currently sprawled out at the back of the wagon?
I would love to.
Okay. Walk over and roll me an investigation check.
Okay, investigation is a plus 11. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and it's a d20?
Yes.
I feel so fancy because I know how to do that now.
So plus 11, that's 27. Jesus. Nice.
Why do you think I just randomly do it in the chat?
Oh, and Andrew, when you know how I taught you the like rolling multiple dice at the same time?
Yeah.
If you do 1d20 and then do plus whatever your mod is, it'll add that to it.
Oh, they're kind of handsome, that young one.
No sleeping with the slave traders.
Okay, well, whatever you say.
So with your 27 investigation, you walk over. The three bodies are currently out. They look to be unconscious at this point. Not dying, but just
Where are these guys at? The ones at the front of the wagon?
The bodies you're investigating are over here.
Oh, okay.
I'll put little things down for you if you want.
Alright, well, I'm going to rummage through their stuff. See if I can find anything of value or something that says their name.
As you get close, you see most of them are in sort of tattered clothing, and you do notice that their hands are bound behind their wrists, and with your 27, it's silver chains around their wrists, and from their paleness you can guess they're vampires.
Poor things.
And if you look into the wagon, you see like about 5 more in there as well, all vampires in the same way.
Poor things. If only someone was here to help them.
And with your investigation, you know they're not dead because they don't need to breathe and all that sort of stuff. But if you go to loot, you find nothing on them, nothing of value. But you can check up front the wagon. You can search the duo that are there.
Were they on a prisoner? Were they on a prisoner wagon?
Your investigation, it looks like it's meant to be disguised as like a merchant wagon. So you know this definitely isn't a prison wagon. And if it was a prison wagon, it would be going in the opposite direction towards Cold Haven Prison.
Then I will help not my fellow vampires. I'm not a vampire yet, but I will help them out.
All right.
Can I cut them free?
Yeah, since you're a Dampier, you're not affected by the silver as much as vampires, full vampires are. I'd say you can help them out if you want.
Poor things. I'll cut them free.
And what are you helping out?
These guys that are on the ground.
Yeah.
Should
the
we-
caravan over here.
I'm
I
gonna
want
start
to-
dragging the werewolf corpses into a pile over here.
Yeah.
And then just while everyone's doing anything, I'll just be like, "Don't mind me," and I'll just kind of start chanting, and 4 of the corpses stand up as I animate it.
Bass is just gonna be like, what the fuck?
It's just animate. It's just undead. You've never seen undead before?
How,
Sure, like demons. Demons are dead.
how
They're
does he
not
do
demons.
that?
They're
That
corpses.
is- what?
They were dead and now they're alive. They're demons.
No, they're not demons. That's so prosaic. Maybe you should expand your mind.
Expand something of yours in a minute.
Oh,
Right?
what is your
Isn't
character? Isn't he a
Dominate
Minotaur?
Dead Only
Yeah,
one?
it's Bass.
How do you
I'll
make so
consider it.
many zombies?
It is fine. Don't
What do you mean?
worry. It is fine.
Okay. Bass, can I play with the 2 that I found?
No.
I mean, as long as you're safe.
I'm gently petting the heads of the quote unquote slave traders. I just want to talk to them.
Alright, so Ludwig is setting free the bound vampires. Lyrian is raising the dead.
The dead in horrifying.
Makari is holding on to these 2 guys. Both Elle and Sol kind of just look at each other and they kind of don't want to deal with undead shit right now, so they're just going to hop back into the passenger wagon.
How many did I say, Razor?
Hmm?
4.
You said 4. Sylvia, Quiet, and Vas, what you 3 like to do?
I suppose I'm gonna go back and stand next to my charge and make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Okay.
Because I have one job.
I'm going to check the wound on my leg, the bite. Can I roll? To see if it's possibly infected or if I'm gonna
Yeah?
turn into a werewolf.
Roll a medicine check.
That's a 19.
19? You don't feel... Well, you look at the wounds, and it does look quite bad, but you do notice that it looks like not exactly your blood is getting pushed out of the wounds, but some sort of milky sort of substance, almost kind of like saliva, is getting pushed out of the wound.
Oh my.
That's nasty.
Well, I'm going to turn around and kind of walk with my zombies, my zombie werewolves, and just kind of stand in the middle of the group. I'm
This
going
is so
to say,
fascinating.
"Hello, I would like to introduce you to Duke, Fleabag, Cujo, and Rot. They are our friends now."
What charming names.
Yes. Don't eat them.
Well,
They are not food.
the fact you have to say that is not good.
Well, I was going to eat them, and then I remembered that I could make them alive. So,
How often can you do that with bodies?
7 times. but sometimes I can res more people at once. They're not. They're They're a little bit still dead though.
I lean over to Vass and I just whisper, "If I die, do not let him do that to me."
It is fine.
If you die, I'm taking you back to your father.
Yes, please do. That would be preferable.
Hopefully in one piece. But if
Now
multiple
you
pieces,
two-
I can do that as well.
Yes. Now you two, my new friends, my new playthings. What are your names?
The older one will speak first. He'll say, I'm Caleb. This is my son, Colm.
Callan Cole.
You know you were transporting, like, people, right?
He looks confused at you for a moment. It says, I don't know. We were just transporting what we normally transport. I don't know anything about people.
Normally transport people?
My dead werewolf is going to
Insight
sniff him.
check.
Yep,
I'm
roll an
going
insight
to
check.
the toilet.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a 24.
24? You
Yes.
get the sense he really does feel confused.
So you do this trip often with your merchandise. Who hires
Wait.
you?
Looks like he's trying to think, but nothing's coming to his mind right now. It's like, I don't know. We just told to go to Gravewell, get paid, and then we can go home.
What do you think you're transporting?
Important things, as if he's been told to say that.
Can I do like an Arcana check to see if they're mind controlled right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll an Arcana check.
15?
15. You
Yeah.
vaguely feel like something's sort of blocked their mind, almost kind of modified it slightly.
Their minds are broken. Thus, these two don't know what they're doing.
They come
Magic is a
with trade.
terrifying thing.
When you don't want somebody to know what they're carrying, you enchant them or give them something that's enchanted that makes them forget. It's standard procedure in the underworld.
Callum's gonna speak up and say, look, we don't know what's going on, please. We'll go back home. We're done with this, whatever it is, what we were doing. Please, can you please let us go?
What do you think, Vess? Should we let them go?
I've got no, like, love or, care for slave traders, but they don't seem like the typical slave traders I know, so they don't seem to be all there. So I think we can let them go.
What do you think, Scary what was the word he used? Underworld man?
You would refer to me as Ludwig and nothing else.
Ludwig, that's so personal. Do you not? Shouldn't I call you Lord or
I just watched you almost skin a man using our tornado. I think for past titles.
Okay, all right, Ludwig.
Besides, I have a feeling we're going to see much more of each other.
Vass, I made a new friend.
Let's not get crazy.
So do we let them go, Mr. Ludwig?
Well, they didn't know what they were doing.
All right.
Should we let them go?
Though the younger one is handsome.
We could keep them.
Roll a perception check, Ludwig.
Okay, a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Josh, but that is also your perception roll as well. You can see that Cole heard you call him, and you see a slight blush on his cheeks. Apart from shitting himself that he's now surrounded.
Well, if we're letting them go, I'll use a cantrip to basically like make it look like I've got a small ball of lightning in my hand. If you do this again, I will find you. And, well, you see what happened to those wolves. It won't be good.
They nod, and then they just take off. They run
Okay,
past you guys. and take
goodbye
off.
now.
They get the
Goodbye,
handsome. I'll see you in your dreams.
Snaps from my werewolves just for fear. They don't actually fight. It's just.
You see a small trail of pee coming from them as they run away.
You are very
Oh,
scary.
God.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Nothing that around Andrew is gonna look
Get
at
it while
it.
it's fresh.
So sick.
No.
At this
That was so much fun.
At this point, you see the Briar Greenmane and her husband Elmar come over and look over the undead werewolves now, and the couple that are still slain, and they're fully eaten caravan guard along with a slain guard, and they kind of like sigh and say, "I do apologize for all this inconvenience. I can offer you all a free round Bleak Moor trip for this, and you
Love
guys will be
free.
getting some of your fare back as well once we reach Gravewell."
That sounds great. I have 4 new
Oh.
pets and free shit. Let's go.
Thank
Ludwig,
you so
like my
much.
dogs?
That is so kind of you.
Yeah, Elmo's kind of like looking over at the vampires that Ludwig's helping unchain, and before you do the last one, Ludwig, Elmo goes, "Stop! Put these chains back on. You need to put these chains back on right now," and you see him, he's grabbing the chains and starting to tie the vampires back up.
Whatever for.
He lifts up the head on one of them and opens their eyes, and you see normally vampires have the eyeballs are black with the irises red, but these ones, they have extremely red eyeballs. He goes, "These are ferals."
You see, I was not privy to this knowledge before I cut their bindings. You should have marked them.
He's like, "There's no way to mark
Why
these
is someone
things."
transporting feral vampires?
You could put them. You could put a note on their T-shirt.
He's like, where's the wagon drivers for these?"
They died.
They ran off into the woods. We didn't get them. I mean, we let them go, is what I'm saying.
You let
They
them
did
go.
not know what they were transporting, so they ran away.
The Furbolg just kind of sighs and just... He's like, "Well, we're gonna have to take them with us, I guess. Deal with the commander at the gate." He starts grabbing a few, the remaining caravan guards will come and help unload the feral vampires and load them into a wagon
I can help.
at the very back.
I'll get
Can
the
you help?
werewolves to help pick
Slave
them up.
traders now?
Just like fully in order, all neatly picking up proper form and everything. I'm controlling the werewolves to be very helpful.
Up trim and proper lads.
You do that, it probably takes them around 30 minutes to fully load up all the corpses. Minolin loaded up the extra werewolf corpses up here that were killed for a little extra pay at the bounty office in Gravewell.
We can get bounties for werewolves. Okay. They may be more useful than I thought.
And with that, Briar ushers everyone back inside the passenger wagon, and you all hop inside. Everything now, all the drinks are for free, since you helped defend the caravan. And you are back on your way on towards Gravewell.
Wonderful.
Ludwig
Fantastic.
saved you a spot.
How kind of you.
If you don't mind my young charge, I'm gonna go drink myself stupid.
Okay.
I'm going to go ask him if it's flared.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna drink an appy juice.
You just see Bass walk across the cabin and just take a whole goddamn casket of beer and just rip it open and start drinking from it. If only because of that question.
Well,
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'm not asking for fun.
Oh my god.
Well,
Oh my.
That's a lie.
Vass is like, if you can drink a whole nother one of these caskets of beer, I'll tell you.
Like, did vampires get drunk?
Yeah, they can.
I believe.
Would you like
Challenge
to?
accepted.
Alright, roll me a Constitution saving throw. What's your modifier
with
with
the plus
saving
2.
throws? +2?
Mhm.
You chug down that casket of beer. It's not the finest beer that you've probably tasted before in your life, but you manage to hold it down. You feel it slowly come up to your throat, but you swallow the throw up down. And you do it without passing out. but you're starting to feel a buzz.
It'll take more than this pig swill to get me drunk.
Would you like to do another one then?
The agreement was one.
But if you're up the stakes, then you can up the you have to up the game.
I know, but where's the fun if I do everything tonight?
Okay. And what was your question again?
You can answer it in private.
Oh my god. He's just gonna lean over and then whisper something into his ear. So the other companions can't hear.
Can I try
Thank
and roll
God.
a perception check since I'm sitting next to
God.
him?
Can I see his
No.
lips moving?
Not everyone cares about what vast dark is.
I 100% am curious.
Lyrian does have a feat which allows him to read lips, so he will know exactly what you say.
Observation.
Unless you cover your mouth.
Observant.
He's covered his bovine mouth.
Alright, so you all eventually arrive at the city gates of Gravewell, a large city based along the coastline of Bleak Moor. The city is home to one of the most well-renowned shipbuilding companies, Flokins Builds, and the prestigious magic school Lobrax College of Arcana. Its three main holy churches you can find are the Church of Dolus, god of alcohol and happiness, Church of Canis, goddess of knowledge, and the Church of Undor, god of beasts and night. You can find smaller chapels all throughout the worship district. And let me bring up the map for you guys there.
What was the first church?
Dolus.
Want a beer and
Alcohol
Dolus.
and happiness.
Beer and happiness.
But yeah, you find any of the smaller chapels in the worship district of the rest of the pantheon, from gods of good, gods of balance, and gods of evil. The city is run by Duke Tristan Steds, a werewolf and a no-nonsense duke who prefers harsh and swift punishments for the criminals in his city. So probably best to stay on his good side.
He's not gonna like my werewolf friends.
Undead are not outlawed here.
Okay, that's good.
Not wonderful.
Which city was this?
This is the city of Gravewell.
Gravewell. Okay.
This entire time while
God.
everyone's
Thank
drinking
God.
and having fun and all that, my werewolf
Not the happy swallow brothel.
in fit.
well, I know where I'm going.
Just doing push-ups and sit-ups.
Oh, I know where you're going to.
Home.
Doing all that.
This is home. Gravewell.
Ebony, why do you make all the NPCs fucking handsome? God damn it.
I don't.
Not you wanting to
Y'all are
bang
just
everyone.
horny.
Baby, that's Clay.
Do I know Duke Tristan since I'm from this city?
Yeah, you definitely know about him. It's very rare that he ever socializes with the lords, but if there's sometimes a party, he may show up. Many lords always invite him to parties. Sometimes he'll show up and surprise everyone. But he's really a duke that really keeps to himself. Rarely makes appearances unless it's necessary, sort of thing.
Nice.
So I'd say you've probably met him once or twice at least. But as you guys roll up towards the city, one of the caravan guards gets on a horse and rides up further ahead to go inform the commander of the guard of Gravewell about the incident that occurred on the road. And as you all approach, the wagon comes to a stop, and over through the crystal-like mic, Briar Greenmane says, "Thank you for travelling with the Bleak Moor's caravan services. Again, we do apologise, and on your way out you'll be handed a discount coupon for one free round trip around Bleak Moor." Perfect. And with that, Marius and Vivian, they gather their things and belongings and start to head off the back of the caravan as they look towards Makari and say, "Thank you again, dear. This was quite a lovely experience, and I get a new fur coat out of it."
Of course, my friend. And remember, I've sent word ahead to my papa. He will be happy to meet with you. I hope your journey is truly fruitful.
Thank you, dearie. We're probably going to go get settled in first and relax a bit before we go and speak with your father.
Of course. May Kimis bless you.
you. Marius sort of gives Captain Voss a friendly punch on the shoulder and says, "Hopefully I'll see you around, my Minotaur fellow friend."
Oh, anytime, man. And they just gonna push him and push him in, like, he gives him a friendly hit, but the hit is so strong he pushes him into the back of, like, the nearby wall.
The vampire just laughs and is like, "I really like you." And then he'll get off the wagon with his missus. And they will head off into the, through the city gates. Only to get stopped by the commander, but the commander then lets them through. What would the rest of you like to do?
Where are we? Where are we right now? And
You are currently at the Upper Humble entrance. So you're right about here next to the Royal Mail building.
Well, I know a great brothel we could go to. Or, there's the Salty Clam Inn, which is quite an experience upon itself. And besides, I do need to get some info I do need to get some contact info from a few of my friends there.
I guess I could stop by the post office or the Royal Mail. My little
Nerd.
bird will have news for me. Well, I've been away.
Vess, can I come with you to the Salty Clam or the Happy Swallow before we go see Papa?
Do you think your dad would approve?
There's a very awkward pause before a quiet yes.
Okay, I believe you. He's just gonna be like, he's gonna consider the options for a moment before he's like,
It is building character.
we can go to the Salty Clam Inn. I'm not entirely sure your dad would approve if I took you for a den of gravity, like the Happy Swallow brothel. Although they do have the best halls in town. So
I have money for allowance.
for whores?
It is my allowance.
I mean, fair enough. Salty Clam it is.
Okay.
He's just gonna hop off the caravan, and the whole caravan's kind of gonna wobble with his weight as he gets off it. And then he can just stroll towards the city.
Perfect, you two hop off. Ludwig, you were going to go to the Royal Mail. And Lyrian, are you following, or do you...
Oh yeah, I'm going with Ludwig.
I'm going with him. Sylvia, what would you like to do?
I'd like to go check the mail too.
Check the mail, yep. And Quiet, what would you like to do?
I will probably go to the College of Arcana, maybe?
You're going to go to the College of Arcana, yep.
Am I allowed?
You certainly could try.
I will certainly try.
Okay. Alright, so first off, we will go with Ludwig and Lyrian and Sylvia as you all go towards the Royal Mail. You walk in and you see a half-orc currently working there. You see a few people off to the side currently sorting through mail and sticking them in certain boxes. And the half-orc looks up and says, "What can I do for you?"
Hello, beautiful. I am curious if you have anything for Ludwig Tinwald. That
Ludwig.
being me.
Okay. And you see him kind of write your name out and then kind of close the book for a second and waits before eventually a box sort of slides off the shelf and onto the counter. And he opens it up and says, "You got this, just a payment of gold for some reason. Roll me a history check."
Okay, there we go. 19.
You know this is some blackmail gold. Someone paying you to keep a secret. Not to come to light. And you know it's about... They send you about 100 gold. The start of every 3 weeks.
How wonderful.
So he
And
hands you
Lyrian.
the envelope.
What?
Here, for being such a good boy, you get 50 gold.
Oh, thank you.
And give it to that other girl that came with us. Give her 5 gold at least, because she looks like she needs it.
Yeah, she does look very upset and scared and weak and...
Doesn't she?
Roll me a perception check, Sylvia.
He's disassociating all the time.
Sylvia is about to beat their fucking asses.
+1, 10. You didn't quite exactly hear what they're saying. You think they're talking about someone else.
Per.
Yep. The half-orc closes the box and puts it back on the shelf and says, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir, that'll be it. Thank you.
You'll nod. Lyrian, did you want to check if you got anything?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Lyrian Heartblade, he writes it down, waits for a bit. Another box comes and falls onto the counter. He opens it up and says, you have a letter from the village of Voshran. He hands it off to you. And he looks through
Okay.
and says, that's about it. It's a letter from your father.
It's not money.
It's not money.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that you can have... nothing. Bye. To go outside and open it.
Okay. It basically just a small little letter just saying everything's good at home, your mum's fine, asking you to check in on your sister, and hoping you're doing okay.
Alright, that's right, I have a sister. Let's go check. Hey Ludwig, can we check on my sister while we're here?
Does she live here? Of course she does. I knew that. Of course.
I think she does.
Not you forgetting important information.
The letter says she does, so...
Do you know how much information he keeps up with?
With that, the half-orc now looks towards Sylvia and asks, are you here to check mail as well, or just with them?
Yes. I write down my full name because I don't want anybody to know who I actually am, and I slide it over to him.
He'll look it over and be like, okay, and closes the book, waits, and yes, a box falls onto the counter, and he opens it up, and he looks through and says, okay, got one letter from Sporks, you got another letter from Sporks, another letter from Sporks,
Oh my god.
another one. You have
Oh my
around
God.
20 lots of letters.
Another one, thank you.
And he goes, I think that should be... Oh, actually, sorry, one more. He hands you one. This one, you know from the handwriting is from your father, and it feels like a bit of coin in there as well.
The only one that...
Oh my god, you were no longer Paul.
I think
Literally-
I go outside with my mail to read it.
The first 20 are what you expected from the people you left behind. Many, many letters, declarations of love from these people and bad-mouthing the other people. And the one from your father is checking in on you, hoping that you get the mail the moment you arrive. He slipped in an extra 25 gold pieces for you. And just telling you to be careful, keep your wits about you, and hopefully you return home safe. Alright, so with that, you guys will probably make your way towards the city gate, which at
Hold
this
on.
point...
Illyrian. Did you see how many letters she got?
Yeah.
That was
I
suspicious.
don't know what that's all about. That's your...
For a girl that's catatonic and staring off into distance, like more often than not, it's a lot of letters.
Like, do you
Oh my
want to
God.
steal some of
She must
them?
be somebody important.
Do you want to steal them?
I do love being nosy. And other people's business is my business. You're right. What a wonderful idea. Lyrian,
Yes.
distractor.
Okay. So Lyrian walks in front of the
Sylvia.
girl, Sylvia, with his werewolves. He's like, have
God.
you ever seen 4 werewolves and a half-orc dance?
Oh my god.
What? What?
And I'm going to dance.
Roll a performance check.
I hope it's a 1 so badly.
How much, sorry?
13.
13? Since it
That's
wasn't...
funny because she's probably seen the werewolves dance before, but not a fucking orc.
So, since it's not a bad roll or a very good roll, I'm going to get Ludwig to roll just a straight, flat sleight of hand check.
Yes! Is that a d20?
D20, yep, plus whatever your sleight of hand modifier is.
What the fuck is sleight of hand? Oh, it's a +9.
Fuck.
So she's not impressed? She's not impressed, she's just confused by what's going on?
21, 22, 23, 24,
No,
25,
it's a pretty
baby.
decent show. 25? Ashley's natural perception, or passive perception, is 11, unfortunately, so you beat it. I would say you managed to grab 2. Managed to grab 4 letters.
How fascinating are these werewolves, am I right? And then I pocket them.
Okay. Pocketed 4 of the letters.
Well, fraud, sir.
Alright, with that, we'll go to Makari and Voss. As you guys are stepping up to the gate, you are greeted with the commander of the guard. Go, Rickon Whitlock.
Is Andrew gonna think he's on?
I doubt it.
Probably.
You severely underestimate this man.
But he's currently standing at the gate, and he's kind of
Not the fucking
speaking.
picture in the live chat, Darren.
Is
Oh
the
my
commander a werewolf?
Yes, he's also a werewolf.
Then yes.
Commander Whitlock, so good to see you again. It's me, Makari. I'm back.
Let me
Hello.
just roll a d20.
God, I
on
want
this
to be
one.
like, I don't know who the fuck this man is.
Sorry to this
16.
man.
Alright. He kind of like gives you a nod and goes, Makari, good to see you. I heard there was some trouble on the road with some feral werewolves.
Yes, I got to blow them away. I mean, Vas killed them all.
Yes, I killed every single one of them.
Vas killed all of them.
Kind of raise an eyebrow to that. I just kind of nod and shake his head, say, what's this I hear about a wagon overturning and all these feral vampires came out?
Yes, there was a wagon, and the people, the caravan drivers for that wagon just ran off. It was crazy. I mean, and they were screaming about how it was just merchandise, but then when we opened the wagon, it was feral vampires. Can you believe that?
And Elma Greenmane tells me you guys let him get away.
I mean, what was I supposed to do? It's not like I could have
Restrain
caught
them and bring him here.
I'm so sorry. I there was no way I could have caught them.
What do they look like and what were their names?
I don't know their names. They were running screaming into the woods.
Roll a deception check.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Yes, Desmond.
27.
He kind of goes, Alright, well, Elma managed to pick up their sack and gave it to us, so we're gonna inspect their personal belongings, see if we can track them down, see what is going on with all this.
Good. I hope you catch them.
He'll nod and be like, doubt it, I don't leave the city limits. And he'll let you both through.
Thank you. Tell your... Does he have a wife?
No, he's a widow.
Oh no, don't say that.
May Chemist bless you.
He'll nod and wave them off. Alright, so where would the two of you like to go? Was it the brothel, or are you going towards the inn?
We're going to the Salty Clam Inn.
Salty Clam Inn, okay. As you walk past, there's a few prostitutes out there, men and women, both kind of like, oh, hey. Kind of try and coerce you guys in, but you manage to push through their advances and head towards the Salty Clam Inn.
I wave at all of them.
Yeah, Vash is just gonna like give a knowing nod to a few of them as he walks by. It wouldn't be the first time he's been in this district.
Alright.
How ungodly.
As you're walking through the street...
You asked me what my flared dick was like.
I did it in private.
as you're walking through the city streets, you see everyone putting up banners and sort of like festival-like decorations. Both of you roll me a history check.
Okay. History.
Oh no. Okay.
Makara, you with advantage.
Okay, good, because that first one was really bad.
I rolled a 10.
10? Okay.
Not great.
Okay.
Honestly.
The first one. I wanna let you know I have a -1 to this score.
Oh god.
The first one was a 1,
Jesus.
so it would have been a 0, but with advantage, it's an 11.
Oh my god.
Is this are they getting ready for the festival? Because what time of year is it?
Well, since you guys rolled at least decently enough, you know that today is the 50th day of Windrush, which means it's the last day of Windrush, and you guys are moving into the season of snowfall. So the city is getting ready for the Snowfall Festival. That will begin tomorrow.
Ooh.
Cass, are you excited for the festival?
I mean, I normally get some nice company out of the festival, and some very good beer.
I will be very good company this year, I promise.
Sure, kid, yeah. That's exactly what I meant. Let's keep heading to the... I really gotta get to this here.
Okay.
Avoid that comment as much as possible.
You guys make your way through the town, through the city, sorry, and you get to the Salty Clam Inn. Roll me a perception check, both of you.
15. Do I get advantage because I've been here before?
I'll say yeah, advantage for you.
25.
Yeah.
25, okay.
God damn it, 13.
13.
I rolled a 9 out of 13.
You really don't want to make eye contact with me, so you're not looking at anything.
More to do with sound on this one, actually. You can't really hear it too much, Vars, but you sort of vaguely hear the echo of it, but, Makara, you hear it?
Not me failing something that has to do with hearing. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Not the same being ableist.
Anyway.
I hear it on the wind. The wind speaks to me.
But you hear the sound of what sounds like a somber fiddle being played, and you would know this, Captain Vars. It's a man who lost his son and daughter when they went out to be sailors. He kind of sits at the edge of the docks and plays their favorite song as kids. And you do notice he always draws a bit of a crowd, not from people, but a couple of sea turtles that like to come up and listen to him play on the edge of the docks.
Oh.
Well, you have sea turtles.
Yeah, he's been there for years.
Why?
Tragedy begets friends, I suppose. He lost someone very dear to him. And the sea turtles, as majestic creatures as they are, connect to him on an emotional level.
Makari immediately starts tearing up. That's beautiful.
But you make it...
Bass is just gonna give the violin player a nod as he walks by. An acknowledgement.
Oh, he'll look towards you and give you like a small little nod and continue playing, and you see the sea turtles kind of like just sort of hovering in the water, just looking up, watching him. You get to the door to the Salty Clam Inn, which is being guarded by, you know, this man, a bouncer. He's a Goliath.
Lazar.
You walk up, and he gives you a nod, Vas, and goes to give you a fist bump.
Yeah, you might notice that he's standing taller and he looks more imposing, and he has a more aggressive expression on his face because it is a pirate bar, and he still feels like a pirate. He is still very much more aggressive. Yeah. He just leans a little forward to the bouncer and goes, "I'm here to see Oz."
You see the bouncer kind of give a nod and be like, of course, he's in today, I believe. Well, if he isn't here, he ran out on my bad side," and he points to his eye patch over his eye.
How many times has that happened?
You'd be surprised, to be honest. And he kind of like bows his head a little in shame.
You're in an interesting line of work, my friend. You're in an interesting line of work.
And this is Lazhak Ocean Drifter.
Hold up.
Nice.
Are you regretting not coming with us?
So he'll give you a nod and look towards Makari and be like, is this one with you?
Yeah, don't worry. He's going to sit in the corner and play nice.
Alright. I'll allow it. You know how he gets if they're not sailors or pirates of some kind. And he'll open the door.
I know, but he is my ward today. So, he is under protection of Captain Bass. Just tell everyone that, it'll be fine.
He'll nod and give you a wink and then open up the door for you both to enter in. And you get a strong smell of just seafood and liquor everywhere.
Makari is just beaming. He's so excited to be here.
Make a general perception check for me, Makari.
22?
22? You look around, there are some tough, grizzled-looking men and women all sitting around. Some playing with knives, some playing some card games. And you do see an octopus running around with multiple drinks in its tentacles, going and serving people.
I'm immediately like, Vass doesn't have any slaves, so I'm immediately like tugging on his arm and like making subtle but really not so subtle nods towards the octopus. What's his name?
That is Oz. Now settle down. He gets squeamish if you mention the fact he's an octopus.
Okay, I'll play it cool.
Settle down. Trust me, he has many arms and many knives. He will gut you like a fish, my friend.
That's so interesting.
That's just gonna walk through the crowd and then find like a little darker alcove and just tug Makari down into the seat next to him rather aggressively.
Oh my!
And then he's gonna gesture for Oz as he walks by, as he scuttles by.
Oz
on his octopus leg.
Goes up to the bar counter and comes over with a mug of beer for you and sets it on the table.
Oh, Vass, my friend, you always know exactly what I want.
Call him Vass?
I'm sorry, I meant Oz, my friend, not Vass. my brain, I've had too much beer today. No.
It kind of gives like a small little type of bow to you.
Vass is just gonna lean over rather conspiracially with this octopus. And it's going to be like, so, I know, I've been looking for the Neptune's War in the last few months. Can you direct me to anyone in the bar who might have some information for me? And then he pulls out one of the gold coins from his pocket and just kind of flips it at the octopus.
It'll catch it in one tentacle, and it'll kind of like look around the room before it eventually points towards a half orc and half dwarf female currently sitting at a table with other women.
Thank you, Oz. You always know exactly who's who in this bar.
Oz kind of gives another nod and then hands a menu to Makari with its other tentacle.
Oh, thank you.
Before it goes off and continues delivering food and drinks to the rest of the patrons.
Bass is just gonna stand up and make his way towards the people the octopus pointed out. And kind of like loom over them.
Vass, do I stay here or do I come with you? I want to help.
He gives you a nod, which means you can come with him. But if you fuck up, he will be angry.
As we're walking, I quickly whisper something in a language you don't understand, and you suddenly feel a little bit more guided as I cast guidance on you for whatever next roll you make.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you approach the table of all these grizzled and hardened women as they seem to be just drinking and shooting the shit with each other before they all kind of turn and look at you. Roll me a history check.
Oh no. Okay. Why do you keep making me roll things I have such bad things for?
It's the alcohol
I
effects.
rolled a 6.
You rolled a
D4.
6?
You get a
I
D4.
rolled and a D4. Hang on. Not that it'll help much. Okay, now I rolled a 10.
A 10? Alright, that's good enough. You do know from their makeup that they're all a part of the same crew that you know as the Weeping Widows.
Fabulous.
Not these. Oh.
And you
He's
don't
just-
quite remember the name of the leader, but she's currently looking at you.
He's just gonna lean down and be like, "So, I hear you might have heard a whisper or two of the Neptune's whore in the mighty wave of the sea."
She kinda raises an eyebrow and gives a small nod. She kinda leans forward. You can see there's a scar across her neck, probably from someone trying to cut her head off. And she says, "Yeah, I kinda saw something like that, I guess. Why, who's asking?"
The owner of the ship, and then he's just gonna take 10 gold coins and put them down on the table.
She'll look at the coins and be like, "Yeah, I saw it. Near the Pirate's Island. Currently docked there. Pirate King is, the title's a bit up for grabs lately."
Can I do an insight check on her?
What checks?
That's just gonna an insight check.
Yeah, go ahead.
22.
22?
Oh my God.
Yeah, seems to be she's telling the truth, at least from what she's heard as well. She's like, "We just got done dealing with a few pirates, few underground slavers on their way to Irondale. Thought we'd stop by Bleak Moor for a drink. But last we heard, the old Pirate King was overthrown, and it's up for grabs now. Appears it might have a new king by the end of the week. Probably new rules to be enforced."
Bass is just gonna reach out and then grab the back of her hand, and just for a moment it looks like he's gonna hit her.
She doesn't flinch. But the rest of the girls at the table, you see their hands go on their weapons immediately.
Bass just looks at them for a second or two, and then for a brief moment he genuinely considers starting a pirate ball, a private ball, before his hand drops away.
She's gonna say,
"There is only one pirate king, and it's me."
she's just gonna kind of chuckle and say, "Oh, dearie. If that's true, we'd know your name." And she's gonna offer her hand to you and say, "Grunny my back."
Captain Bass, and he's just gonna shake it.
She'll give you a small nod and say, "I'll keep an eye out for the Neptune's Hall when we go back out to sea in the next day or two."
Send me a raven the moment you hear anything about Romulan.
She'll give you a nod and she'll kind of lift her glass up to clink to yours.
He clinks it, and then he looks at his child and is like, "We can leave now."
One moment. And I want to go over to Oz.
Oh no.
Excuse me, Mr. Oz?
The octopus looks up at you.
I would like to buy a round for that table over there. They gave very good information.
Oz will give a small nod.
How much will that run me back?
He'll hold up the menu and then point out at least 2 silver. There's probably 6 of them there. So 2 silver each.
I will put down 2 silver for each of them.
Yeah, pretty much for a drink.
Okay. Then I'll put down 2 gold, 4 silver, to buy them all 2 drinks.
The octopus will nod and suction cup its way over to the counter to get some drinks.
Not the suction cup.
And then I walk back over to Bass and I nod that I'm ready to go.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Who?
Makari, sorry.
10.
10? Yeah,
I'm
okay.
rolling hot and cold.
You're not sure how a octopus is surviving so long, but it seems to be enjoying itself.
He is powerful. He is truly powerful.
Alright, so that's you guys done, and now we move on to Quiet. Quiet, you said you were going to make your way to the Lowbrack College of Arcana?
Yes, I was going to try to.
Yeah, you walk past while the commander is talking to some other people. He's like a kid. I'm not going to deal with a kid. So you walk through. Again, you see the festival being set up already. The decorations. It takes you a while to get through the crowds. There seem to be a lot more people here than usual. You feel like this is a big sort of festival celebration. Maybe people from other towns come into the cities to celebrate the 3 days. But you eventually get to Lowbrack's College of Arcana. It currently has a gate. Gate is open, as it is somewhat near the middle of the day now at this time. And you walk on up. You see a couple of students currently sitting around, writing on a few tables and practicing a few magics in the courtyard. And are you going to make your way inside, or...?
Yes.
Right, you make your way inside this beautiful, intricate-looking designs of the building, and you see a statue of the founder of the Lowbrack School. Roll me... Oh, no, you can see... roll me investigation check, actually.
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20?
And
Per.
You look at the...
Eyes to see.
You look at the plaque on it, and you see that it's a dwarven male by the name of Balgrin Lowbrack. He is the founder of the school.
I'm into the pink beard.
And the statue is essentially in color as well, so it's very depicting of what he looks like.
Oh, he got his toesies out, Ebony.
Is that an Elden Ring thing?
Oh, having his toesies out?
Yeah, none of the mages in the school have shoes on.
They never wear shoes,
Yeah, they never wear shoes, and I think it's just because I'm totally tangent. Sorry, Ebony.
No,
But
that's
I
alright.
think I think the developer of the game has a foot fetish, and he's forcing it upon us all.
Oh, that's fine.
Because there are two things he loves: big women and big feet. And what does Renala have? She's a big woman with big feet.
Big feet. She's a huge woman with big feet. Yeah.
Yeah, big woman, big, huge toesies. Okay, anyway, Ebony, continue.
oh my god.
What a fucking side conversation.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So you look at the statue and you're like, okay. You're looking around. You hear a voice ask, "What you want?"
Okay.
It must be more.
I'm looking for a quiet corner so I can take a nap. I mean, read. I'd like to read.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Now you can just go to a tavern and get yourself a room.
But I can't read in a tavern. I don't have a book.
So you want a book?
I want to read the book here.
What book?
Any book.
Roll me a perception check.
God. You said perception?
Yeah, perception.
Goodness gracious. 16.
16? You're looking around for this voice, and then the voice comes up again and says, "Well, what kind of books do you want? Fiction? I can take you to the bookstore if you want." You see the statue is talking.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, it's... see, I usually thought to myself. But the statue is talking to me. Hello.
Yes, hello. So did you want to go to a bookstore?
You don't have books here in a college.
Oh, we got plenty of books, but you need to be enrolled to read those.
How long does registration take?
Well, how old are you?
Old enough.
To party? I'm joking. Let me think. And then finally, you hear a groan, and he kind of drops his arms, and he's like, that pose was getting annoying. Kind of cracks his neck and then jumps down off the podium.
Okay, the statue's moving. I can prove myself. I can show you a little.
He taps you on the head and says, "I ain't a statue."
He's not a statue?
Nope.
Am I dreaming right now? This feels like a fever to me.
Fever dream. Oh, that's one thing we don't know. You see, we know how to turn people inside out. We know how to do fireballs. We know how to reverse time. But we don't know anything about dreams. That's the scary thing. He just kind of stares at you.
Uh-huh. So about those books.
Right. Well, you need to be enrolled, and you look a bit young. Well, show me what you got.
Okay, I do... Let's see what I've got.
A little bit of the rest.
Let me do... I'm going to use Minor Illusion.
Okay.
How intricate can I make this, like, small little thing?
As intricate as you want.
Okay. I'm going to make a very tiny version of this not statue. And I'm gonna make it talk to him in his own voice.
You'll go,
yeah.
ooh, and then cast Counterspell.
What does it even do to me?
It just disappears the illusion. He's like, Boric, show me something more interesting.
Okay. Let's see.
Is he there alone? Nobody went with him, right?
Yeah, nobody went with me, so if I die, I die.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Not if I die, I die.
Let's see. How dangerous do I want to be? I'm feeling a little dangerous.
Be dangerous.
Let me... How well lit is this room?
I'd say it's middle of the day, so very well lit.
With flame? I'm assuming that's the light source. It's torches and stuff?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Let me try Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And I'm going to cause all of the lights in the room to, like, flicker different colors. I'm going to turn it into a rave.
Okay.
Ah?
He looks around and says, it's fun, but not cool enough. And he dispels magic.
I mean, I have Eldritch Blast, but I don't think you really want me to do that one.
He's like, come on, show me something interesting. Show me, like, ooh. Snaps his fingers. I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Oh my god.
No. What the fuck,
let me
Joshua
see.
Daniel?
Bye, girl.
Okay. I actually have a +4, so maybe it won't be so bad.
This
It's a
small
10.
child is having a hell of a time.
It's a 10.
It's a 10?
Oh.
Yeah.
You get shot up into the air, and as you're falling down, a purple unicorn appears under you to catch you, and starts riding around the room with you, and goes, "See, something
I
fun. Come
scream.
on."
Okay. I'll show you a secret, but you have to promise not to freak out.
No, nothing freaks me out.
Pinky promise. And I extend my pinky.
Not the
Oh my god.
pinky promise.
Not the pinky promise.
He holds up his hand, and you see there's no pinky, and then his pinky shoots back up. He's like, "Ha! Almost gotcha," and does a pinky promise with you.
That was really traumatizing for a second there. Okay. And I decide, because I'm a dumb child, to summon my friend. It's a black corporeal form with a white mask, and it just kind of like floats ominously behind me.
What the fuck?
He goes, "Ooh, edgy magic. I love it." And he's like staring, and you see him do a couple of hand gestures as his eyes slightly glow pink before he goes, ugh, and kind of shudders, and then his eyes go back to normal. And he goes, "Okay, you can stop that one now."
Okay, and I send my friend away.
He's like, "Ooh, warlocky business. I like that. We have a few warlocks in the college too. You know, some with questionable Patreons as well, but that's okay." And he kind of thinks to himself and goes, "I'll tell you what, you are a very interesting case. I'll let you read a book for free, and if you want to read some more, then I will need to... thinks for a moment, and then he pulls out a piece of parchment and starts writing some stuff down. He says, okay, and then hands you the piece of paper, and it says, kill a magical creature, find a magical item, and find something completely absurd. He's like, you do these 3 things, I'll let you enroll in the college.
So you gave me a shopping list?
Sure. But he kind of gestures for you to follow him, and he takes you back to his office, which is up quite a few amount of stairs. And he walks into his large office, fully cluttered with books, paper, and just a couple of bubbling things in the corner that he should probably be worried about, but he doesn't care right about now. It says, sorry, I've been busy trying to get this snowfall festival thing together. I'm doing something really big this year. And he kind of looks around and he's like, oh, what kind of magic books would you like to read about?
Well, I'd like something, pertaining to warlocks at least. Maybe something to help me with my friend here, if you catch my drift.
Ooh, catch your drift, okay. He's kind of looking around. Warlocks, patrons, anything for this. And he pulls out something and goes, here we go. And he hands you a book. He's like, this is called The Edgiest Edge That's Ever Edged. It's all about the warlocks.
What a title.
Sounds edgy.
What a title.
Believe it or not, it's quite a nice read.
How long do I have it for?
Ooh, I'd say until another student comes and asks me for it.
Works for me. He's never gonna see me again.
He'll say, so you said a patron, right? For your friend,
Yeah.
at least. He kind of thinks for himself to a moment and says, Red Eye. I think that's his name. I'm not sure if he's a criminal. Not sure, but he also has some collections of stuff. I swear I was there the other day, and he had this unique-looking bracelet. I was gonna get it, but then I got distracted. And then I left with some halfling weed. Oop, don't mention to anyone I said that. Anyway, I'd say go to him. There's something about that bracelet. It felt very edgy, warlocky to me.
Can I do an insight check
Yeah?
to see if he's lying to me, or if he's trying to deceive me at all?
I'm not sure he can deceive anyone.
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh, shit!
You can recall. You can get the sense from him that he is telling the He's telling the truth, essentially. He
Okay.
did see something that he identified while in the shop, and it was strong warlock ties to, patron magic sort of thing.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll check it out.
Of course. And he'll look at you and be like, "Oh, what was your name?"
Quiet.
Quiet. I love it. Even edgier. And he'll kind of walk over to you. He's going to hand you a lollipop. And he's going to do another hand signal. His eyes glow pink for a second. And the moment you blink, you are standing outside of a shop called Red-Eye's Stuff in the middle of the shopping district.
Jesus Christ. He could have at least said goodbye.
He gave you a lollipop.
They did give me a lollipop, and I will enjoy that lollipop. So I guess I'll go in.
Danger.
Yeah, right? Like,
You're eating a candy from a stranger.
I was also a child
How
left
about
at
this
a
child taking fucking unattended child abuse?
Okay. That was quiet. We're going to go back to Ludwig, Sylvia, and Lyrian. You guys have gotten your mail. You've made it past the guards. Where would you like to go?
We need to find out where that child went, because he's unaccompanied, and I cannot lose another child. I will not have that on my record again.
Oh my god.
Not again.
I'm sorry, again?
We're
Again?
not there, you can ask.
We can, yeah, okay. What way did they go?
Let's find him. Where he looks small and inconspicuous. Where would he go?
Conspicuous. Bitch, I'm green.
Inconspicuous. There are a lot of green people in this world. You're not the only one. God.
Bitch, toothpaste mint green? How many bitches you know that are that color?
At least 7.
At least.
God.
At least
At least. I can count how many on both hands.
Yes,
Think.
that's how many 7 would be.
Yeah, I know. I can count to 7. I just said 7.
Sorry,
You're
over
talking
here.
to a child who's not there.
I know, we're talking. This is funny at this point. At this point, it's out of character brawling.
Anyway, I think we should go locate the child.
Okay. Do you want to ask
Like-
some people if they've seen it? Hint?
Lyrian, you do it. You're better with people than I am.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to
That's not
someone
true. You just like bossing
who
Lyrian around.
looks slightly more formal than everyone else.
Okay. You eventually find a half-elf woman in a very, very fancy-looking dress, kind of walking along the street.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Have you seen small person?
Do you describe a
Who's
client?
green?
A green tiefling?
Yes.
12? She'd be
It's
like...
Darian.
She'd be like...
Has
green...
horns.
Possibly, kind of, walked towards, I'd say towards the Empire United Bank. He was off in that direction.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
24.
24. I don't know if she's telling the truth. At least that's from her memory. That's what she recalls if she saw someone green.
Okay, thank you.
She'll
Goodbye.
she'll power walk past you.
I'll walk back to Ludwig.
Carl.
Ludwig, I have valuable information.
Yes.
He went somewhere.
Wonderful.
We'll go this way. And I'll point and
Okay,
we'll
let's
start
go.
walking.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Sylvia,
Yes!
roll a d20 for me.
Oh no. Oh my god, a 19.
Her.
19. Sylvia, as you're walking along, alongside, well, just slightly behind Lyrian and Ludwig, you see this man, kind of in, like, commoner clothing, kind of come up to you and go, "Ah, miss, you seem like you're a new tourist to the great city of Gravewell. How would you like a tour?"
Oh no.
Do we hear this?
I say
he's
no
a bit
thank you
quiet.
because I'm looking for a friend.
Yeah, he's not like what? He's like, "Are you sure? I could show you all the best parts around here, what's good to eat, and which people aren't gonna really scam you at the stores."
Did Ludwig and Lyrian hear this conversation?
Yeah, you hear this behind you, and you do hear Sylvia answering.
I'll turn around and walk up behind him. You guys can still talk. I'll just stand here.
I continue
Intimidation.
to say no.
Say no? He'd be like, kind of looking towards Lyrian a little.
24?
Yes. Oh, okay. Well, my name's Tones. If you wanna, get the tour. I'm around this area
Do you
for
have
new
a
tourists.
map?
No, I've lived here my whole life. I know where everything is.
You can have this. I'll give him 1 gold. And now go away.
You'll take it and run off.
How wonderful. You should have gone with him. You could have either gotten a really good tour, or you would have got put in the sex ring. Either way.
And we can try.
Sylvia just looks.
It happens. A pretty
Yeah,
young
I'm right,
thing
yes,
like
sir.
you
Lady,
getting all the
would you
suspicious
like-
letters.
Would you like to ride one of the werewolves?
Sure.
Okay.
There we
He
go.
doesn't mean sexual.
Put Sylvia on the werewolf.
No, she grew up around werewolves. She's fine. She's used to them.
What
Even
is
if
the
they
Golden District?
Think like rot.
You know that's where most nobles live, and people who are
You would just
my
pull out
house
rich.
is.
through her mouth if they did stunk, though.
They're not
Heavy
stinky
breathing through the
yet.
mouth.
They'll be stinky by the end of the day.
It's fine. There are famous necromancers at work that know how to preserve the bodies for longer.
As you guys are walking past the shopping district, I'll get all three of you to roll perception checks for me.
God damn it, I don't even know what that was.
14.
I have a passage of 24 though.
So 18, 19, 20, I have 21.
21, yep. So you guys are all looking for the child, and he's quite easy to spot as a vibrant green tiefling in the sea of not too many tieflings you've seen so far, but you look and the green spots you at the corner of your eye, and you see him kind of standing outside of a store holding a lollipop.
What the fuck?
Small child over here. You saw us on the caravan, small child.
Oh god. I try to go into the shop to escape them.
Okay.
We'll follow.
Alright, so you all make your way into Red Eye's store.
Small child, you acted like you did not hear me outside. I know you saw us. But hard to miss. Small child.
I am going in the shop. They can't find me in there. I like try to duck behind the shelf or something.
Lyrian,
Yeah.
fetch the small child.
Okay.
As you enter the store, you are greeted with a booming voice that triggers and says, "Welcome, new customers. Come and look at my inventory and ask at the front counter about my special services. No refunds given and must pay up front, okay? I don't do that payment plan crap."
I'm going to
Is he
walk
from
out
Brooklyn?
of the shop and walk back into the shop and see if it happens again.
It does not happen again.
Well, that's shit.
Thank God.
Then I will go try get the child. You see Lyrian like walks off, he's like, yes, so I will constantly do that, and then walks straight in. And then he just walks out, he's like, and then walks in again. It's like, oh, okay.
So what are you doing, Quiet?
I'm trying to hide.
Roll me a stealth check.
Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. What's my stuff?
God.
My stuff is a +4 actually. Maybe it won't be so bad.
This is terrifying.
+4. That's a 15.
A 15? Alright. Roll me
Mhm.
a investigation check.
Investigation. Okay. 15.
Oh, I should have done it.
15.
Should I do it too?
Yeah, if you're in the store with them.
Bitch.
Sylvia,
I
if you want to do it
am-
too, if you help looking. Or if you just...
like my 4 well.
And then I can put plus my modifier.
Yes. Roll intelligence. Oh, roll investigation for your werewolves too, I guess.
Oh my god.
God.
You are just this is fucked up.
Okay, so we're rolling investigation.
Yes, we're
Okay,
trying to find the child.
no. Not everybody needs to roll.
We're
Investigation.
looking for you. You're a child lost in the city.
Me and Jody are also gonna roll though.
I'm not
You're
lost
not
if I
there.
don't wish to be.
We're
I'm
not
not
even there.
lost if I don't wish to be found.
I know, but why are you hiding from us? You're our parents. You're adults. We're your guardians.
Because
I rolled a
danger
2
follows
with a
you,
-4.
fuckers.
That is not true. Did Darian roll for the werewolves?
Yeah, only one rolled a 15 as well.
He's not in here. I don't.
Lyrian.
What?
Lyrian. Come here, my darling.
Yes, what is it?
We saw him walking here.
Sylvia, with your 18, you do manage to spot him. It's up to you if you want to say anything to point him out or just keep quiet.
I mean, I do have an area of effect thing that could kill anyone I choose.
Oh
No.
my
Oh my god. Oh.
Maybe.
Is my character aware that her letters were stolen?
Unless you go to check through all your 20 letters, you probably haven't noticed yet.
Okay. I will go ahead and say something then.
You bitch.
Oh, you found him.
At
Clever.
this point, you hear a voice sort of pipe up from the counter. "Can I help yous?" And you see Red Eye, for those familiar from Bardchella. He's a reoccurring face.
Hello.
Oh.
We
Oh my
were
god.
just looking for this child that was running away from us. It's fine.
Red Eye's gonna
Oh
look
my-
towards Quiet and kind of
It
cock
only
an
looks
eyebrow.
sort of suspicious.
They're trying to traffic me.
Try.
Please help.
Roll a deception check.
Oh, y'all don't
God.
want my deception because
This is the
I have a
first
plus
time-
10.
The first time Lyrian's face hasn't had like a serious thing on it, he just kind of like widens his eyes, like, "Oh shit,
It's a 23.
this isn't gonna be good."
fuck.
Let me just check
23?
something.
23 on this lie? God damn.
It's a great line.
It's no. This is how you get them arrested. You know that, right?
And
That is
any
not true.
Any chance he has advantage since there's 4 undead werewolves and 2 of them look like they work for the underworld?
I'm gonna say, let's see.
I want Josh to get a nat 20 on this.
23 is still pretty good.
It's a 10.
He's going to kind of click his fingers, and you guys hear the shop door lock behind you all.
Thank you.
Oh my
And
God.
he's going to come over and say, "Look, I do some illegal stuff, but you guys need to, not do this inside my store. I already got guards watching me, okay?"
That doesn't
Look,
sound
I deal in the illegal all the time. I appreciate this. But the small child is lying.
The second you start talking, his eyes wide, he goes, "It's you, Ludwig!" He runs up and hugs you.
Oh, hello, fellow compatriot
Of
of the
course.
shady arts.
He
Hello.
would
What the
know
fuck
this
is
one.
this?
It's just that it's been so long. I haven't seen you in what has it been? 3 moons. 3 moons. So
Doesn't
long.
even remember his name.
Of
Like,
course I do.
quit
He's
playing
red
with me.
eye.
Quit playing with me. I was asking Swan how long it was gonna take for you to come back, You said you were going off, you were gonna go find some stuff, I was interested. I'm always interested in buying your stuff.
Lyrian just looks down towards the green tiefling and goes, "Look like you're kind of fucked."
He's like, but seriously though, you're not really trying to,
You know I deal in a lot of things, but human trafficking is too messy. Too many bodies. Too much moving around. They always want free will. I don't like that.
He goes, "Yeah, good enough for me. Kid, you want to tell me
Exactly.
what really happened in here? Any of you want to
I
tell me
don't
what's really
know.
happening?"
We were all together on caravan coming here, where was that caravan? Pharaoh vampires were on another caravan, or slave traders, and now we're here, and we all split apart. This small child was unaccompanied on said caravan, and what kind of responsible adults would we be if we let small child wander off into the city alone?
So slave traders, what are you talking about?
They were slave. Well, they were. I don't know what their deal was, but they had pharaoh vampires, but they didn't know they were transporting pharaoh vampires. Who knows if their story was gospel or horseshit? I know that I would be transporting illegal people in the back of my car.
Oh my god.
That sounded a little
Oh my
racist.
god.
It's okay. I could say that I'm a vampire.
He'll just kind of cock an eyebrow and be like, "Okay. Well,
It was an evening.
Well, I got some new inventory if you're interested in buying, for your shop. And, if you got anything you got on your trip, I mean, I would have been buzzed to looking at it,
What did that guy give me?
You got some limited edition plates with the Emperor's dog on it. He's a poodle.
Oh.
And you got a blood red, weird crystal-like stone.
I'll keep the stone. Lyrian,
Yes,
show him the plates.
I thought you had them. Wait, no, they'll be here.
Exactly.
And,
Don't tell me you left them on the caravan.
How many plates were there?
I
I'll
don't
just
know.
give you as many as I have.
Just look at these plates that I found on the caravan. They
Oh
were
no.
They have
Stupid.
dogs on them.
Ludwig is too greedy to abandon something like that.
He'll look it
Look.
over and he'll be like, "Whoa, this is some good shit that you got here, I gotta say."
I love plates.
Well, how much you want for it?
Ludwig, I'm doing the sale for you.
I know, thank you. They're so good. They're
How
so
much
good. You
do
could
you
sell.
want for
You can
them?
sell ice to an Eskimo, Lyrian.
How much did you get the plates for?
3.
Shit. 3,000 gold. They got puppies on them.
Ooh,
The Emperor's dog. But
3,000
I'll trade
gold.
you for artifacts. I'm always interested in artifacts. I have enough gold, but I love oddities and bibbles and bobbles.
Well, let's see what I got. I don't think it's anything worth 3,000 at least to be.
It's fine. They're gaudy anyway. What am I gonna do with this? Break out the China with the dogs on them? No, just show me whatever you got.
I go up to Lyrian and I like tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, can you trade those plates for something for me? I think your friend doesn't really need any more money.
Look, I can just... Do you not have any money?
He's an unaccompanied child.
It's kind of a sticky situation, but maybe you can help me out,
You just want
in
me
exchange
to buy
for me not
something?
saying that you tried to kidnap me.
Oh, right.
We can scratch each other's backs,
Well, if you could actually scratch my back, it's kind of itchy. I can't reach
Okay.
it with this armor on.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
can I do so with Mage Hand?
I don't care.
You could do so, yes.
Okay, then I scratch his back with Mage Hand because I can't reach that shit.
Holy shit, that is nice. Okay,
Oh, it's good.
I'm
Okay.
going to try buy him something.
Well, why don't you? Okay, well, I don't think Ludwig would let you just
No.
trade his plate that he got.
I'm just going to use my gold. It's fine.
Oh, okay, that works too.
He'll bring you over to his little bits and bobs he's got for sale. He's like, I didn't sell much of the stuff at the Barcella this year. Shit went crazy, but I got like this ring of you put it on, you see something you like, you can take it.
I heard about the Barcella incident. Very fun.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
I wish I had been there. Did you meet any interesting character?
Not really. No one stood out.
Wow.
Claire is offended from where she lives.
Damn.
Deep in the Feywild, the king of the Feywild gets very angry.
Got some dude who tried to, get some forged documents about being a king. Yikes. What a bunch.
You just hear an owlbear like scream in the distance.
Although there was a very nice looking chick that was with this one group. Oof. Beautiful blonde. Nice makeup.
Oh no.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
I've heard stories of her.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Poor Sheila.
Fucking Sheila being number
Sheila's a celebrity.
She carried in that campaign.
Do you have any merchandise
Yes.
of the famed beauty of Barcella?
Oh
my God.
merchandise. Nothing that, nope. I don't have anything good like that.
For shame. Do you have any shrunken heads? I want the shrunken heads.
What the fuck?
That I don't deal with, but I did speak to this chick. She's kind of freaky looking. She's an orc of some kind, but has like horns on the head and some shit. She goes into the Loomwood Forest from time to time. She's a freaky chick. She might have something like that. I don't know where she is currently. I'm meant to be meeting her again during the festival.
Interesting. Well, whenever you see her, be sure to point her my way because I would be interested in procuring some of these shrunken heads.
Of course. If you don't want, I got a necklace of strangulation. I got he holds up the copper piece. Penny for your thoughts thing. That was quite nice. Still got like 5 more of those to sell.
What is the penny for your thoughts?
He'll toss you the penny. Do you catch it?
Yeah.
You hear randomly in your head.
You die.
You hear randomly in your head. I swear to God, if Jerry looks at me again with that fucking smug look on his face, I'm gonna bury my heel so fucking far down his fucking throat, and then it cuts off.
Oh my god.
I love this, hearing other people's intrusive thoughts.
He's like, you seem like the kind of guy that might do something like that. Look, I'll let it go for at least 250.
Are you sure you don't want the plate?
Yeah, I'd take the plates with that too, yeah. I got that, and I got this black bracelet. I've looked up as much as I could about it. I think it's a bracelet of connection. Fuck
What does
knows
that
what
do?
it does. I don't know what it does.
Okay, alright, we'll figure it out. We'll take it. Larian,
Yeah.
give this man 250 gold.
Oh.
And the plates, if you please.
And the plates.
Yeah, okay.
It's
You got it.
fine. Does anybody else want anything? I will pay for it.
Yes, the little creepy one. With the horns?
Yes.
Well, you
It's
kind of
fresh.
already took what I wanted, you little shit, but that's fine. It's
fresh.
okay.
Did you want the bracelet?
Yes, well, you know, you do that. You do happen to talk a lot. You know, I'm just a child
Oh.
down here. It's hard for my voice to carry.
Oh,
You can get one snack, kid. You can get one snack.
maybe you should pipe up. Anyway, get something else. Get something for the road. Do you have to use the bathroom? Because we're not coming back.
I want the bracelet, is what I want.
Oh, well, that's not how you get it.
I'm too
Magic
young for
word.
such work.
I think.
But that's not how
Oh
you
my
get
god.
Sylvia
Oh
steps
my God.
forward and asks how much Ludwig wants for it.
I was going to give it to him. I just wanted him to say please. Is that too much to ask?
Oh, is that? Please give me the bracelet.
I might be a monster, but I'm not heartless.
You chased me into the shop, and
We
the
did not
only
chase
reason
you.
why you are not arrested is because you know the owner.
It's not my fault you're over here spreading lies.
I thought
He's
it was
just
funny.
trying to raise a little
Little
gem.
gem.
Oh no. Poor Red Eye is just like watching this go down.
Red Eye's
Anyway.
just kind of like raising an eyebrow.
Here, small child, you can have bracelet of commotion or whatever it was called. What is it? You seem to know what it is.
You know, just read it in the book once.
What book?
The fashion statements of the 13th century.
I would know all about fashion
Fantastic read.
statements of the 13th
Fantastic.
century.
Well, maybe they don't have that book where you're from.
Can I roll perception and see if he's lying?
I have
Yeah,
a high
go ahead.
deception. I
Roll
have
insight.
high deception.
I have a high perception.
Can
Roll
I roll
insight.
deception?
It'd be insight.
Insight.
Oh, insight. Oh, is it insight? I don't have anything for insight. Damn it.
You can still roll it. Maybe you did a nat 20.
I would. Probably not, but we'll do it anyway. A 10.
You want me to roll deception, Abby?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only way you can fail is in that one at this point.
I hope you get a nat one, bitch.
Actually, well, it's true. I would have to get a nat 1. You never know. I got a 29.
Damn it.
You believe it.
I have no reason to not believe you. Carry on, small child.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Can I get
Ludwig was
something?
like, I don't like it. But you asked.
Red Eye at this point is like, well, business. This is a very nice plate set. I like it. But look, Ludwig, I'll keep an eye out for anything interesting if it comes into the shop, or if I get any tips on some things. You know?
You know what I would love? A decapitated head that still talks, but in cryptic riddles. Wouldn't that be fun?
I'll see what the
God.
what this creepy chick has in store. If you ever see her, she's got like this purplish bluish skin, looks like a half orc, has got like horns on her head. Very creepy, wearing face paint.
Wonderful. She sounds like my type of gal.
Yeah.
If I was into women.
If you're going up to your shop later, just let Swan know that I was thinking about it, you know?
Oh, I'm sure she'll be flattered. She's always talking about you, going on about your. What do you have a mustache? Does he have a mustache?
She's got a goatee.
She's always talking about using your goatee as a chair or whatever that
Oh my
means.
god.
Oh my goodness.
If it's true, roll a deception.
I mean-
If it's true, roll a persuasion. If it's a false,
It's
roll
true. He's trying to get his employees laid.
What does ride the goatee mean?
Don't mind your business.
Okay.
Sometimes people ride goats for sport.
19.
Oh,
Plus,
I've seen that.
Plus 9, so 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Maybe he builds
My mom
29.
used to ride goatees all the time.
You kind of smile and sort of like stroke his goatee a bit and goes, "Okay," and just kind of grins and is like, "Well, I gotta get back to my work. Get you all later. Come back anytime. I'd probably get some new inventory by the end of this week."
Okay, Red Eye, remember, look out for any decapitated heads.
Thank you. Sorry for lying.
It's okay, kid. Just that's a pretty good lie, though. I'd use that
Thank
against the
you.
gods any day.
I do it all the time. Thanks.
Bye.
And you all leave the store. We are gonna cut to Makari and Boss.
That shit was chaotic as fuck. Can we just?
That was wild, honestly.
That was fucking crazy.
Akari and Vas, you leave the Salty Clam Inn. Are you going to where?
Well, I probably need to check in with my papa, correct?
Probably. I mean, we are in town after all.
Okay. Yeah, we can. We'll take long way home because I should stop by Canis's temple. I am her chosen after all. Do small prayer, then home. Yes.
Okay, kid.
Yes.
You go and you stop by the worshipping district. You see a lot of people out there going to certain different temples, chapels. And the major one up towards the back is the Church of Canis. And you walk up and you do spot Elle currently having a chat with the High Priestess as they're kind of off to the side getting their students sort of situated and showing them around the church.
Who is this? Elle?
Yes. Elcian.
Oh, okay. I don't really pay him any mind because he was talking about kidnapping someone before, so that's a little weird.
Wait, what?
He was talking. Did you not hear him on the thing? He was talking to some lady. They were like, "He's a small child and he's very good with books. We should bring him to our school." But like, it didn't sound like they actually knew the child. I mean, it was just some random.
Whereas town lately is obsessed with kidnapping and
I know, right?
This
It's so
fucking play
dangerous
about
on
us.
these streets.
yeah. Thank God you had me.
Thank goodness I have such a strong bodyguard. I quickly run into the temple. I do a quick prayer. I say hello to like whoever's there. But my main goal is to head home.
All right. So you make your way all the way to the Golden District. Yeah, you guys have come down this way. Roll me a perception check, both of you.
Okay.
9.
9?
Really?
I rolled a 2. I have a +7. It was not good.
Oh no, I rolled an 11.
11.
What is with me rolling so badly today?
You guys don't, your peripherals, you're not really focused on anything. You're just heading back to the Golden District.
Yes.
Lyrian, with your 24 passive perception, you spot Mikari and Captain Vas making their way down the street.
You just hear,
Hey! Hey!
Vass is gonna turn around and then he kind of pushes Mikari against the wall because he's worried it's someone like coming for him.
and you just see me. And I'm like, hello.
A small whimper of just, oh my. Escapes from Makari. His cheeks are bright pink. That
I like we're interrupting
suddenly.
something.
His hand drops away. It's like, oh, it's just these guys.
Maybe we should leave.
Oh.
Looks a bit...
Oh my gosh! It is necromancer and heated subject and lady. I don't know your name.
Vass is just gonna look down and quiet and be like, "Hey kid, there are people trying to steal kids around here. Maybe be careful."
Oh yes, be very careful. We have heard many things about kidnappers in this city.
Don't worry. I already tried that. It didn't really work.
You tried to get kidnapped?
You tried to get kidnapped? Is that where you got the lollipop?
I'd like
What
to not talk
flavor
about
was
that,
it?
please. I don't know. It's mystery flavor, but it's coming out very red.
I kind of want lollipop now.
You want the rest of mine?
No, I could not. I couldn't take candy from
Mind you, my whole mouth is covered in like red. Like, food coloring.
I'm
Gross.
okay, thank you though. What are you all doing?
We're running around.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We've already done what we wanted to.
Do you all have place to stay?
Ludwig, do we have place
What?
here?
Sorry, I was folding laundry. What happened?
Why do you bring your clothes with you everywhere? You don't.
Why are you folding laundry in the street?
Why not? It's very convenient. What happened? What did I miss?
It's so
Do we
strange.
have a place
Hello?
to stay?
We found the other two. Oh, hello, big bull man. You smell like alcohol. This.
Oh, it's the cute, creepy one. What's up?
Oh.
It is Ludwig and Heated Subject, like the store, you know, where they have all the dark clothing, and there is Lady, I think is something Duck, Lady Duck,
This is very painful.
Lady Duck.
Yeah, but just let him finish.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's kind
Yes.
of fun. It's fun.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Ebony knows. Heated Subject.
I want the cool name.
You are Heated Subject.
You're a child.
But yes, did you all have a place to stay?
I probably have
Why?
connections. I would
Ludwig,
assume that I have connections in the city.
yeah, you. It's up to you if you want to sleep above your store or you live in the Golden District.
He lives in the Golden District? God.
Yeah, he's a noble.
Of course,
like me.
of course I do. I'm rich.
I just thought you were creepy.
I want to wait. Where's my
That
store? At?
Sylvia probably has connections in too.
Is my store isn't in Gravewell, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, everything's here. Okay.
Yep. In the shopping district is where your store is.
I'm going to my store. You can all have fun. I have things. I have things I need to check on. I need to see my wonderful birdies. You're all welcome to join me, and we could stay above my store. You don't need to go to anywhere else.
Well, my papa is expecting me. I need to go home, so.
Okay, well, I'm sure your guard can accompany me home for the evening. You'll be fine.
No.
You're familiar with these streets, yes. Yes.
Makari actually just stepped closer and like in front of Vath. No.
Yes.
He'll be coming with me.
No, he can come home. He can come home with me. We'll trade. I'll give you Lyrian for the night, and then you can have
Vass is just gonna wink behind Makari's back to Andrew's character.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. This is why I played a child.
Paying me. I don't care.
Vass is very happy with his current employment. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to decline.
I'm not trying to steal him from. Well, only for the evening.
I mean, he did drink that whole case of beer, which is very impressive.
But what about you, small child? Are you going with him to his shop above his store? Are we sure he's not the kidnapper, Vass?
I don't know. This kid doesn't say he's being kidnapped. Are you being kidnapped? Are you being kidnapped, kid?
Small child, are you being kidnapped? Blink twice for yes.
No, I'm not being kidnapped.
I wait to see if he blinks twice.
But small child, I have.
Blinking is kind of a requirement. I kind of have to do that.
Do you have like a parent or a guardian we can call?
Yes. Do you have babysitter?
I'm just staying with these very strange men for the night. It's no big deal.
If I had the gold coin for every time I said that.
Anything.
Okay. Well,
my defense, they did bribe me, so that was kind of.
So the strange men bribed you to stay the night with them.
Not with the lollipop though.
Yeah, that was enough. Believe it or not.
is this like that thing Checkers Hunter?
Not Checkers Hunter.
I don't know what that is.
We don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm going back to my store. Vass, you are more than welcome to join me after your leech has gone to bed.
Ooh.
A small thundercloud appears above Makari's head.
Jealous.
He's not good at hiding his emotions.
Babs is just gonna be like, oh. We'll see, little one. We'll see.
I look forward to it. Lyrian
Yes.
and Clara, let's go. And Quiet, you two, I have all bits of baubles you could look at. I have more bracelets of this placing or whatever the hell that was that you were looking at earlier.
Sylvia leans into fucking Quiet's ear and goes, "Who the fuck is Clara?"
Sylvia, that's what I meant.
Goodbye, Marianne. Goodbye, Lady Duck. Goodbye, heated subject.
All
Goodbye,
right.
little one. Yeah.
Goodbye.
So for
Lyrian just gives a nod to the other barbarian, like, what the fuck are
Yeah.
you doing? And then just walks away.
It's like a mutual look of understanding of how, like, the people we're protecting are idiots.
all right, so Makari and Vas, you continue on down to the Gold District. Very easy to find your
meet my dad.
very easy to find your house as you enter the Ashcroft estate.
Ashcroft.
Yes.
Fancy.
Ashcroft. Yes.
And as you make your way up, you notice the door opens and you see a familiar face of your clan, Lord Duncan, as he is exiting your father's house.
What up?
And how do I know Lord Duncan?
Lord Duncan is the leader of the Gravewell chapter for the Sangri clan.
Finally, someone Andrew doesn't want to fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the mud shop.
I will smile and give a deep bow of respect. Greetings, Lord Duncan. It is a pleasure to see you.
Be right back. I'm gonna be right back.
If I remember correctly, like he gives some respect, but because I'm not a full vampire, it's like I don't have that like super familial bond with him, right?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, yeah, full like his personality does a 180, and it's like very much like humbled and respectful, and like a very deep bow of respect to show that like I recognize that he is technically superior to me.
That doesn't even bow.
As you bow, he comes down the stairs to greet you and is like, "Boy, it's good to see that you're back. I hear that Marion and Vivian have arrived in the city. You got them here safe and sound."
Yes, I made sure that they would arrive on schedule as necessary.
Well, good. Your father's waiting inside. He looks towards Captain Voss and kind of makes a face, and then looks back at Makari and goes, "Have a good day, Makari," and makes his way back to his own home.
What a jacko.
I just quickly like scuttle inside. Oh, very very quiet at this point because like I don't like dealing with him. And I just nod to Vass, like not even like saying anything, just like nodding in agreement, but too afraid to even say anything verbally.
As you enter the beautiful home, your two-story home, should I say, you're greeted with that warm sense of your home. You're feeling somewhat safe in your house. And at the top of the stairs, you see your father. As he looks
Alright, I
down,
was gonna try and fuck your dad. I forgot about that.
Immediately lose all decorum, and I like run up the stairs to hug him.
he gives you a massive tight hug as he's like, "Good to see you again, Makari. How was the trip?"
Oh, Papa, it was so much fun. I got to see so many things, and I made sure that our special guests arrived just in time.
"Brilliant, Makari. I know I can always count on you." And he gives you a head a pat. And he's like,
Absolutely just beaming.
"And Voss kept you safe on this journey, I hope?"
Yes, Voss kept me very safe. There was nothing he could not handle.
Boss is just gonna like lean against the doorway and just watch the two of them.
He gestures for you to come forward, Voss, as he digs into his pocket and he offers you 100 gold.
Ooh. Vass is just gonna reach out and take the gold and like weigh it to make sure it's fully gold before putting it away. Thank you, my lord. He's been an interesting charge to be sure.
Well, thank you for keeping my son safe. And he pats him on the back. He's like, I'm sure you two must be quite hungry. Please, we're about to have us an early dinner tonight. And he kind of looks at Bakari and goes, there is some word on the Mortem Council. Lord Duncan, I'm sure you saw him outside, came and told me some news regarding them.
What news?
There's been a bit of a rift among the council members, and the masters have decided to all step away for a small amount of time. But they should reunite. Means nothing for now. Bleak Moor's in good working condition for nothing to be needing of their services, but if there's any urgent matters, they will reunite again. But for now, that's all that anyone really knows.
That is interesting to hear. Makari takes a moment to eye the bag and sees that it's the average amount. But then we'll quickly change subjects and go, oh Papa, you really should maybe give Vass a little bit of an extra tip this time. He saved me from some feral werewolves just outside the city gates. It was quite dangerous, but he protected me very well.
Raises an eyebrow and looks at Vass and says, this true you were attacked by werewolves on the road?
Vass is just going to lean forward and be like, yeah, our traveling caravan was attacked. But it's fine, he was unharmed, but it was quite the battle.
They never came near me. He was absolutely glorious. He beheaded 2 of them. It was amazing.
I did behead 2 of them.
Roll.
Oh no.
It's somewhat deception, but also somewhat true.
So, persuasion?
I'll get one of you to roll persuasion and one of you to roll deception.
What do you want to roll, Chris?
Persuasion, because I have +4. I have +0 to deception. I can't do that.
Okay. You can roll persuasion. I'll roll deception.
I rolled 15, which is not bad. But
yeah.
I rolled a 23 for deception.
He'll look towards Vass, very impressed, and he's going to add an extra 100 to that pot.
So that was 300 all up? No.
200 all up.
200 all up. Yeah.
I was going to say I'm very, very grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And he'll be like, oh, on the 3rd day of the Snowfall Festival, Lord Duncan is holding a noble party. You're more than welcome to invite Vass.
Vass, will you accompany me to the noble party during the Snowfall Festival?
Hmm?
That's a yes.
What? Yes, sorry, you guys broke up.
Oh, there's a noble party on the 3rd day of the Snowfall Festival, and I just invited you to it.
Vass is gonna take a few seconds because it's a noble party, and God knows that's gonna go well. Before he goes, okay.
I lean over and I just whisper, he always has an open bar.
I'm in.
It's like, great.
An open bar?
Yes, it's an open bar. Don't have to pay for the alcohol, it's already been paid.
Perfect, I'll be drinking all night.
He kind of chuckles. I feel like you're probably going to run up the tab in the first hour, which should be quite interesting.
Oh, you better have it on you better keep it running all night.
He'll just for you guys to come into the dining room, and you guys will sit and have a dinner, and he'll ask you about your trip. Up to you if you wish to tell him about the others.
No, but Vass will regale him with more pirate tales that distract from the fact that his son has done anything during the time they've been together.
I tell him everything about the trip except for any time I've used magic.
Anytime you actually thought.
Anytime I've done something dangerous, there's like chunks of this story that is just completely missing.
Like a black screen that says screen missing.
Redacted.
Redacted.
Alright, you go there and you eat some nice, fancy feast for dinner, as your father is happy that you are
Okay.
home.
Yes.
Now we cut to Ludwig's crew, as you all head towards his shop. As you enter inside, how would you describe your shop, Andrew?
It definitely is very cluttered, but it's all purposeful. It's all organized. It's very opulent, very gaudy. There are definitely statues of probably stolen origins lining the door. There's tapestries hanging from the ceiling, also probably stolen. There's portraits of noble vampires, and there's a fireplace that's set up like a reading nook, and atop of that fireplace is a portrait of Ludwig himself. He's not vain at all.
Is the portrait naked or regular?
It's regular. But he's
The
standing
naked
on top
one
of
is probably upstairs in the bathroom.
It's in the bedroom. It's above his bed. It's hanging above his bed. Yeah. There's all sorts of odds and ends.
And also, as you walk through the door, kind of manning the counter, you're greeted with a familiar face.
Ooh.
My darling, Swantula.
My God.
Ah, Master, you're back finally. And she kind of closes the book she was reading and kind of sits up onto the counter and goes, "Oh, who is this collection that you've got now?"
The one behind me with 1,000 miles stare is named Looks at Hand. Sylvia. The small child is named Quiet, and of course you know Lyrian. Lyrian, say hello.
Hello.
Oh, I know Lyrian. She gives you a wink.
Yes, later.
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
I have word from Red Eye. He says hello, and he wanted me to wink at you, but out of the one eye that's not red.
She'll kind of laugh and say, "Oh, good. Then that's one less thing I've got to tell you about." She crosses that off in her notepad, and she's like, got some new, interesting info, I suppose, around the city." She looks towards, like, the other two, like, kind of, like, giving a signal, like, "Do you want me to say it out loud, or...?"
It's fine. The one is a child. I'm sure he has important things to worry about. And this one, she's not listening. Go tell us.
Well, she said, "Well, Lord Snakeleaf, he has made a bit of an interesting purchase. He brought out the Happy Swallow brothel.
Interesting.
Possible rumors that he might be a little sweet on one of the workers there. That's probably why he brought that."
That's disgusting.
Did you say that's disgusting?
I agree. It is pretty gross.
That's some 50 Shades shit right there.
Oh, Lady Ambrose, you know, the one who owns the Blood Bank bar. Apparently there's some rumors of some workers there selling some V out of a club.
And is that like a vampire drug?
Everyone roll me a history check.
Is it Is this True Blood?
I was gonna say that's a True Blood reference.
I am
This is
going to
100%
try
True
it.
Blood. What
I rolled a
You
D.
said-
That's bullshit.
You said history, right?
Yes, history.
13.
13.
Do users get advantage?
Sorry, Matt.
I'm not
14.
there, but 19 minus 1, so 18.
What do you gotta do, Jordan?
I want to know.
What are we rolling on?
History.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna roll because I'm not there.
You can roll too, actually. I feel Victor's gonna bring this up too as well at the dinner table.
Ooh, okay, I'll roll.
Ooh.
It's a history check?
Yes.
Fuck me! A 6.
Makari,
I'm
what
not a
was yours?
smart man.
What was Makari's roll?
18.
18? Well, essentially, you know that for the past few months, all of you guys who are from the city would know that for the past few months there has been a new drug on the market. People have now discovered that if you consume a little bit amounts of vampire blood, you get high from it. And there has been an uptake in users lately. It's starting to get bad that there are V freakouts on the street every once in a while.
Fear the old blood.
Well, that is unfortunate, but also we could use this knowledge to extort her.
Oh my god.
Well, we could, but it's mostly her workers. I believe she's, she's getting your sister Lyrian to kick them out mostly. She is a bodyguard there, still.
That'll be fine. She'll fuck them up.
She'll laugh and she'll be like, Red Eyes, oh, that's right. You already spoke to Red Eye, she crosses out that.
Punches harder than me.
And then she says, there's some very weird talks going on at the moment. It's very hushed. Even I'm getting difficulty trying to get some intel on this, but apparently it has something to do with the king's family. The king's son, Mason, was here for a visit not too long ago, a few weeks ago. He should be on his way back to Vitgard, but apparently there's some, I don't know, something's going on that's all the higher-ups aren't really spilling the beans.
So something's definitely off. Did he buy anything while he was here, at least?
No, he just did the usual political mumbo-jumbo bullshit, and then left about a week ago.
Did you want me to torture
boring.
someone to tell information?
No, Lyrian, that's okay.
We don't need to do that yet. We'll wait.
Okay.
But she's like, I'll keep digging around on that. Oh, also, Drac is currently at the Hound's Breath trying to get some info on some sort of magical item.
Ugh, wonderful. You two are so good to me.
Thank you. And she'll jump off the counter. And she'll be like, we got quite a few people in. Again, Red Eye snooping around. But that's about it. We sold a couple of paintings, believe it or not. That was quite nice. And
Good. Did you sell the one with the face that falls off when you look away?
No, not yet.
Oh,
But I
there
did
she
have
is.
an
Never
interested
mind.
buyer in that one. We'll see how the
Okay,
week
good.
goes.
Alright, awesome. These three, or these two, will be staying with us for the evening,
Would you like me to go set up the spare rooms?
if you would be so kind.
She'll nod and make her way upstairs.
I'll give
Wonderful.
You a hand. I'm not gonna follow her.
Well, welcome Sylvia and Quiet to Ludwig's Emporium. Don't touch anything, unless you want to buy it.
Sylvia thanks him and rushes off after the woman.
You're left alone
Quiet.
with Ludwig.
How wonderful. What was that bracelet you got earlier? Quiet.
Oh, sorry. I
Why?
was just talking to him.
Quiet. Hello,
Ah.
Quiet.
You were there. I feel like you would kind of know what it was if you were there.
Alright, wow. Alright.
You know, Red Eye called it the bracelet of connection.
Bracelet of connection.
Exactly. Why do you have to be so fucking rude?
Yeah.
Oh, the werewolves
Well,
are
you know,
just downstairs.
it's a very cool bracelet. You know, it's very nice.
You had an interest in it, and that makes me interested in it.
I just liked it because it looked shiny.
I will let this stand for now. But I know, I have a hunch that you're not telling us something.
I don't trust them either, to be honest.
You'll find your quarters upstairs.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye, small
I just-
child.
And I just scamper upstairs and I examine the bracelet up close.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So the werewolves have been commanded to follow and defend Ludwig while I'm upstairs.
Okay.
So you will not.
Curiosity,
be able to
how
get
long
away
do the
from
werewolves how long do the werewolves live?
them.
Or is it just a permanent thing that
It's
we have to
permanent
deal with?
until
It
they
should be.
die, and I have.
Are they
to
starting to
Oh God.
smell?
If it's animate dead, they're under his control for 24 hours, and then he has to redo it.
Yeah.
Oh damn, okay.
So that'll be fun.
So if he ever forgets or doesn't have the ability to redo it, then they go wild.
Good. Good to know. Fantastic.
So,
I want to know if they're stinking up the place.
Oh, definitely.
so Swanthula goes upstairs. She gets ready the 2 rooms for both Quiet and Sylvia to stay in. Lyrian Would you say you stay with Ludwig, or would you...
I'd probably stay in his house, yeah.
Yeah, so you got your own little room as well. She's like, well, yours is already as usual. And she'll look towards Quiet and she'll be like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to pry, but who are your folks? Who are you really here with?
I mean, you don't mean to pry, but you're trying to pry, you know what I mean?
Oh,
You're trying to put me on the spot here.
no, it's quite okay, you don't have to tell me, just curious is all, just making sure you're safe, and she'll give you a warm smile.
Well, now I kind of feel bad for how I talk to you. I'm just here on vacation. I'm exploring, trying to find myself. My people, we do these things sometimes. We call it a retreat. And so, it was very interesting.
Oh, where are you from?
Far.
Roll deception check.
Incredible.
It's quite Amish.
That's a 17.
17? Let's see here.
I'm a great liar.
You're a great liar. She's like, okay, well, when you're ready to talk, that's all good. You'll probably see me around quite often if you're staying in the city for a bit. But she'll gesture for your room, and she'll be like, if you need anything, don't be afraid to give a holler out.
Do you guys have any juice, maybe? Maybe in the box,
You
perhaps?
guys got any snacks?
Well, I was going to do a dinner run.
You got games on your phone?
You got games on your phone?
I was going to do a
You
dinner
got
run.
me
What kind of
going,
juice?
no.
Well, I do like a nice apple cider, but, I'll take anything fruit flavored.
Fruit flavored. Okay, well, I'll go take a look for you. Any food you would like to eat?
Preferably on a stick.
On a stick. Okay, I'll see what I can do. And she'll leave your room, and she'll go and check in on Sylvia and say, this one is your room for the night. You look sort of familiar.
She gives a soft smile and says yes.
I'm sure you probably visited the city before. Well, if you need anything, I'm about to go make a food run. Any foods or drinks you would like?
No.
No? Okay, well, that's fine. And she'll give you a small
Not even
smile.
a no, thank you. How rude.
Right? Not just a no.
And,
She's gonna go back to disassociating.
she'll be like, again, if you need anything, just let Ludwig know, and I'll be happy to help.
Or don't.
Oh my god. She's got a lot to think about. She's got a lot of love letters to read.
But yeah,
Oh shit. Oh no.
she'll smile and leave. And yeah.
Ashley, check how many letters you have. Ashley, it's your time. Check.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Alright. It's not hard to find that you... Actually, you know what? Roll me an intelligence check.
How
Oh, no.
Or a
how many
history
letters
check.
did he take, though? Because, was it a lot
4.
of letters that he stole?
Was it all of them?
It was 4.
Oh my god. Ashley's real. She's
Alright.
on it.
I'll be right back.
You're looking through, you're pulling out all the letters that you got. Your father's one off to the side because he's very near and dear to your heart. And you pull out the rest. And you notice you only have 16. You swear there was at least 20.
I would like to shove my letters back into my bag and rush downstairs to ask everybody who I've been with if they have seen my letters.
Oh, Ludwig? Lyrian?
Isn't Lyrian upstairs?
You following, you staying in your room, or are you following just Swan around?
Yeah, I'm up.
And Sylvia's very frantic, by the way, like in fucking tears.
I'm upstairs. Getting changed.
You're getting changed? Alright, so it's just Ludwig downstairs with the 4 undead werewolves.
Oh, and he's sitting, and he is nosily reading them letters, but the moment he hears that bitch coming down the stairs frantically crying, he tucks them beneath himself and looks up. What is it, my child? Did you not find your housing to be accommodating?
I somehow misplaced some of my letters, and I was wondering if you had seen any of them, because they're very important to me.
Are they? I haven't seen anything of this sort. That's very unfortunate, though.
Roll a deception check. Roll an insight
Not
check, Ashley.
this.
Throw down a zone of truth, Ashley. He can't lie in there.
I
Right.
know.
Please, for the love of God, 13. Okay, 13 plus 9.
13 plus 9. I think Ashley rolled a nat 20.
Fuck you, Ash.
She did.
There's something about the way that he's speaking. It almost sounds convincing until you notice a familiar envelope kind of sitting under his arm at this moment, trying to
Oh
hide.
no.
Oh, look at what I found here. Oh my goodness. I must have picked them up accidentally in the shop. Oh my goodness. Looks shocked.
You
Hands on his face.
fucker.
The Sylvia just snatches them away from him and says, "How dare you?"
How dare I? You got all those letters and you didn't tell me what any of them were about. How dare you? And he points at her. How dare you, Missy?
You
So,
didn't
I know I didn't. I never do. Anyway, who's reading these letters? It looks like you're a very hot commodity.
He's my betrothed.
Oh, is he handsome?
Actually,
Yeah.
roll me an investigation, Ashley.
Is Sylvia regretting not going to the other person's house?
Yes.
Should have come with us.
Yeah, should have come and had a nice dinner.
16. As you look over the letter that's already been opened, you read the bottom of who signed it, and it says Edmund.
Your man's name was Edmund?
No, she frowns at it.
She's
You got someone else's letters?
Wasn't there a ton of they were letters from a ton of different people, right?
Yes.
She frowns at the one from Edmund and shuffles through the others.
Another one is from Jacoby.
How many lovers
She
does this
frowns
woman
at
have?
that
You
one
whore!
and continues to shuffle through them.
It's
Oh my God.
literally from those two men and none of them from your betrothed.
Imagine.
Oh my.
you're
So,
hitting it from the
No, they're
back and
childhood
you're like,
friends.
Edmund.
what was the name of your betrothed?
Mason.
Mason.
Oh.
And how long have you been engaged?
A long time.
Interesting. When I just happened to find those letters, I didn't see one from Mason. Trouble in paradise, Miss Sylvia.
This is
She
mean.
just turns around and goes up to her room in tears.
Aww.
If you need if you need help with that,
Why?
I have a choker that'll make you irresistible to the opposite sex. It does end in sometimes it ends in murder, but hey, you take the good with the bad.
Oh, God. With that, Sylvia goes upstairs and cries some more onto the 20 letters that she's got, none from her betrothed, Mason.
Wow, that's such a sad ending for us. Like,
No meetings.
Quiet.
She's a Mason.
Yes, darling.
Are you putting on the bracelet?
I would like to examine it first.
Yeah?
Too bad we can't record these.
Oh wait, actually, can I
Which
hold
I
on? Give
am.
me just a second.
Are you?
Yeah.
You have
Are you
identified.
really?
I need to so I can go through notes and remember voices.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
Josh, you should be able to do identify.
My darkest shames. All of my very embarrassing things. Unfortunately, I do not think I have the spell slot for that.
No, you, Josh. So because you are a two things. The first is because you are
Oh, it's a ritual.
book of your
so
book
it's a
of
little
ancient
bit
secrets lets you do them as rituals.
Yes.
So it adds an extra 10 minutes to the cast time, but you cast it for free. The second part is, though, if you just take an hour to short rest, you gain all your pack slots back.
Yeah, see, that was the plan, but then I got assaulted by a statue. I was gonna take a short rest at the library. Yeah, so I will cast Identify. It'll take 11 minutes, but I'll do that first.
Okie dokie. You learn that, at least in magic, it is something of lower deity to even a godly magic maid type of thing. you learn that it only instantly attunes to people who have a connection to a god, or high enough being to be considered on the lower deity spectrum.
Okay.
It doesn't have any charges. It gives you a stronger connection to your patron.
Okay. So with that in mind, I will feel comfortable enough to wear it.
The moment you put it on, you see like shadows almost come out from under it as it sort of clamps around the bracelet. And it feels like it's burning slightly as it is embedding into your skin. You don't take any fire damage. It is slightly painful, but after a few seconds, the pain disappears. And you hear in your head, "Oh, this connection is so much better."
Oh god.
So, you're not mad about earlier, kind of exposing you to that guy? Kind of easier like a party trick, to be honest.
It's quite alright. It worked in our favor, did it not?
Well, yeah, but I can't, the others have seen you. It's getting harder and harder to hide you.
Then why hide me? We're in the most accepting place we'll be in the entire planet.
You see, people around here are kind of nosy. They're gonna start asking questions, and then I gotta figure out what am I supposed to say.
I will keep the attention off you, child. Don't worry.
If this backfires, it's your fault.
It will not backfire. No one from your home knows of me, so it'll work out fine. Just keep to the shadows a bit, that is all. Maybe we should change up your appearance, though I'm not sure how we could change your complexion.
That felt kind of racially charged, but I'll let it pass.
Oh, I'm sorry. How often do you encounter a green tiefling child?
My mother said it's a birth defect.
Or a gift. Anyway, good job. I'd say stick with these people. They seem quite capable. And if you long for adventure, they're probably the best to stick with until they die, and then we can just get the fuck out of Dodge.
But I kind of like the big one.
Which big one? I saw multiple big ones.
The one whose back I scratched.
Oh, yes. The mixed race one.
Again with the race thing, you keep bringing up the race. It's getting a little bit weird here.
Aren't your patron going being kind of racist?
Kinda.
Sorry, mortals are
Just a
very
little
interesting
bit.
to me. No, that one is interesting. A bit slow, but interesting.
See, he was bringing the werewolves everywhere. Is that even allowed here?
Yes. You see, Bleak Moor is very accepting to the supernatural compared to any other place in the Empire. A witch could roam around the streets tomorrow and no one would bat an eye. You know why? Because they really accept everyone here. From goblins to orcs to trolls to ogres. They could roam the street and no one would really care. But, say back home, a troll was to roam the streets of your city, you'd be killed on the spot.
Yeah. Kinda sucks, huh?
This place is very accepting for people like you and me. I think we're going to love it here.
Well, we're not planning to stay, are we?
We'll see where the road takes us. Probably not permanently, but maybe. There might be some power around here we could probably find.
There's a lot to take in. I'm still waiting on my juice.
Oh my god.
Well, speaking of
Wow.
juice, I feel more invigorated now that this bond has connected us even better. You know what? When you sleep tonight, I will give you the details in your dreams. I feel like I could
Okay.
possibly give you some of my favors. It might help in your day-to-day adventuring.
As long as it keeps us safe, it's fine.
With that, Ludwig, are you doing anything downstairs?
I was being nosy, but somebody ruined that.
You're welcome.
Swathula comes back with some juice and some meat on a stick for Quiet, and she comes in holding a warm, nicely smelling pie and sets it down in front of you and says, Bessie, by the way, is happy that you're back and baked you this pie.
Wonderful. Send her a token of appreciation,
Oh, I will.
and I will eat a slice of this pie.
It is a blood-flavored pie.
Tasty.
And she'll go upstairs and give Quiet his juice and meat on a stick.
Not meat on a stick.
And with that, for the rest of the night, you all do your all little things, spend some time at home, like Makari and Captain Vass, before you all eventually rest your heads for the night, only to wake up the next day on the 1st of Snowfall. And that is where we're going to end it.
Yeah.
And by
Yeah.
snowfall, she means cocaine.
Yes.
Oh my god, Trent.
So hopefully that was okay for everyone.
It was great. It was a good time.
I had a lot of practice with my chops.
It was. I came in to hear Andrew do some weird accent again.
I like the RP heavy ones.
Hmm.
Those are fun.
I think it might
Because
still
they're
be
hilarious.
It might still be RP heavy next session. I don't think there's any combat. Oh,
That'll be good though, because it'll give Aaron and
Alex.
Oh yeah, Alex a
Hmm.
chance to
like
flesh out their characters.
Me and Chris gonna need to start worming our way over into this other little group so that we can stick together.
Oh, I need to start worming my way into Voss.
Oh my.
Oh my
Nasty.
god!
Nasty.
You're gonna have to fight Makari for that one.
I throw holy water on this
Apparently he
bitch.
wants to fuck Lyrian, so I mean, we could just, like I said, we could trade him.
Oh, what?
Just
Time
swap for the
share?
night, it's fine.
I'm
No,
sure.
you can't fuck it. My daddy's in there.
You get weekends, I get weeknights, and we just keep switching back and forth.
Oh.
I would say yes, but Lyrian knows too much.
Yes, I planned for
It'll
you guys
be
to
like
split
that
off the
show,
moment
Bas.
you guys got to the city, so I made sure that all your backstory NPCs had something to say.
I love
good.
it.
I'm happy because I actually got to participate this time. Thanks, Jess.
Yes.
You got to run up you got to run upstairs and cry because somebody
know,
was
literally.
nosy and ruined your night.
And someone stole all your letters.
Someone stole your four letters, not all of them, just 4.
I'm curious what Sylvia's paladin oaths are, because she just heard about like illegal drugs, kidnappings, slave trades.
Oh, she don't give a fuck about any of this shit right now. She's on a mission to find her man.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Oh my god, I love it.